Want to play Legendary Summit like a heroic mission? Or cut through Legendary Rogue agents like butter? Shit, maybe you just want to destroy kids while grinding in the DZ, but look, no matter what, this build has your back. Hey YouTube, Beamz here. Here is HeatBreaker, aka
So no head?
Getting right into it, the specialization you're going to use is Technician. This will give you the linked laser pointer which will pulse enemies aimed at through upgrading This Is My Rifle spec. You also get a plus 12% damage to TI drones, robots, etc. It just helps because this is a headshot build, and an extra skill tier doesn't hurt anyone. Next, the weapons. As this is a headshot build, run the Bighorn. And if you don't have it, check out my video on how to get the Bighorn in 25 minutes. The link is in the description or in the iCard above. I'm running Bighorn with near gold rolls, but boy oh boy, the talent is what makes this amazing, because it just absolutely shreds. Now we don't really care about the buff you get when you scope in with the Bighorn, but having headshots grant plus 2% headshot damage, stacking to 50, at full stacks you're getting plus 100% headshot damage. And yes, it decays at full stacks every 4 seconds until all the stacks are removed, but damn, it hits hard. And this isn't including the plus 30% headshot damage from its scope, alongside reload speed, accuracy, and stability buffs from the other attachments. For the second primary weapon, we're going to use the Rock and Roll. This is a crucial piece for the build, which I'll tell you later on in the video, but we run it because of that extra 50% magazine capacity. For the attachments, we run a reflex sight for weapon handling, and the linked laser pointer from the Technician Specialization, which I talked about a bit before. And for the pistol, run whatever you want, it doesn't matter at all. Now for the gear. The sets we're using are Heartbreaker, a Fenris Group Mask, and the Memento Backpack. Running the Fenris Mask will allow you to get a plus 10% assault rifle damage from the Fenris brand. You'll also run a weapon damage on it, weapon handling, and both headshot damage, attribute, and mod. The Backpack Memento has a plus 15% weapon damage, plus 170,000 armor, and plus 1 skill tier with a plus 8.7 headshot damage mod. But we're running Memento for its talent, Kill Confirmed, which is critical in any high damage builds that still give you high survivability. Now to recap the talent, when enemies die, a trophy is dropped. Once this trophy is collected, both a short and long-term buff is applied to your character, with the first scaling with the number of core attributes equipped and lasts 10 seconds. So with this build, you'll get a short-term buff from Memento trophies of plus 10% weapon damage, plus 60% bonus armor, and plus 5% skill efficiency. Whereas the long-term buff gives you an additional plus 1% weapon damage, plus 1% skill efficiency, plus 0.1% armor damage for 300 seconds, with a maximum stack of 30. Meaning you'll gain an additional plus 30% weapon damage, plus 30% skill efficiency, and plus 3% armor regen at full stacks. Now moving on to the heart of the build, the gear set, Heartbreaker. With 2 pieces, it gets us plus 15% assault rifle and LMG damage, but we don't really care about the LMG damage. With 3 pieces, it gets us plus 15% weapon handling, which isn't useless and still increases our DPS significantly, increasing reload speed, better accuracy, handling, etc. But the heart of the build is the 4-piece bonus. Get it? Heartbreaker? Heart of the build? Alright, I'll stop. But with headshots, pulse is applied to the enemy for 5 seconds, which is important, because weapon hits on pulsed enemies add a stack of plus 1% bonus armor and plus 1% damage to pulsed enemies, stacking up to 50 stacks, and of course 2 stacks are lost each second. But at full stacks, that's still plus 50% armor and plus 50% weapon damage buff. And with the chest piece talent, maximum BPM, stacks increase from 50 to 100. And although Heartbreaker isn't multiplicative damage anymore, Heartbreaker is still overpowered as hell. Give me one gear set that doubles weapon damage and bonus armor. None of them. So with the talent out of the way, the chest piece runs an armor core alongside headshot damage, attribute, and mod, while the rest of the pieces, gloves, knee pads, and holster, all run an armor core and headshot damage attributes. Now for the skills. You'll want to use a half shield, and although not good at all in PvP, like, do not use it. It does give you a layer of protection in PvE content. And for the second skill, you're going to want to run the scanner pulse just to aid in pulsing the enemies to dish out more of that damage from Heartbreaker. Also, not leaving a sub to the channel would be heartbreaking. Now for the stats. We've got 102,000 weapon damage, a 10% crit chance, and a 55% crit damage, but as a headshot build, we're getting 181.6% headshot damage, and this isn't including the Bighorn stacks, which at full gives us 281.6% headshot damage. But if I go lower in the stats, we have a 54% assault rifle weapon damage bonus, But that's not including the 100% bonus with full Heartbreaker stacks, making it 154.9% assault rifle damage bonus, and that's not even including Memento stacks. Now with everything I told you, and all of this gear sets and numbers, just how does the build work all together? And I'll play this clip here because it shows you exactly how to use this build. When you enter a room, you're going to pull out your rock and roll and get stacks for Heartbreaker. Once you get around the 100 stacks mark, you should have 1 or 2 Memento stacks from killing enemies. With the short-term buff still active, you're going to switch to your Bighorn, take out your shield, and go and take out all the enemies in the room, building the Bighorn stacks and clearing the room. If you do come across mini tanks or dogs, use both your rock and roll, shield, and aim for their weak points, which are seen in the red pieces, because you can't get headshot damage off them, meaning you need to pulse them. So running the rock and roll will allow for high damage, pulsing the enemies with linked laser pointer, all while keeping the Heartbreaker stacks at full for that 100% bonus damage and armor. But remember, this is just a template, so modify it to your liking and test some stuff out. Anyways, can't thank you guys enough for making it this far in the video. Really, it means a lot. It's crazy to think that you watch my videos or wait for new content from a guy who's just playing video games and making videos in his bedroom. Really, I cannot thank you enough. I hope you enjoyed this build. And if you just enjoyed the video, a sub to the channel always helps. And it's free. Don't forget to slap that like button. Do it. Really does help me out. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.
Subscribe to
Big.